cups of coffee per year. Now think of all the money you spend going through the drive-thrus and you really don't have a lot of variety. Well, imagine if you had virtually endless variety and you were going to do it for absolute pennies. And then imagine if you could do that with the #1 single serve brewing system in the US, and that is Keurig. Everybody understands it. You've heard the K-Cups. Everybody loves it. If you go to really good hotels, what do you walk in when you expect? A Keurig should be sitting there. Companies who have their own coffees literally make K-Cups to go into this machine. That's how wildly popular it is. And tonight, we have a huge exclusive configuration. First off, you're choosing your color. And Carrie, I gotta tell you, I'm ordering mine, and I'm getting the gray tonight. I am, and I'll tell you why in just a moment. So we have the white, we have the gray, we have the black. Here's what's exclusive, not only the price, but you're getting a complete, beautiful frother. Have you ever tried just to price out a really, really good frother? That is now included. What else are you getting? You're getting 10 of the K-Cups included with this exclusive configuration. And if that weren't good enough, how about we take over $100 off the retail price, and then, oh my goodness, let's add free shipping and handling. It's all for one day. This is it. That would be more than $248, where, as I said, more than $100 off. So let's get busy. Let's get brewing. Let's get into it. Hey, girl.
I think your cup
Carrie
is
Mileto
empty.
is here. I got to fill it up.
I know, we got to fill it up. So I think we should start there. So I am holding the most beautiful cup of coffee that you're going to taste because it's going to give you all the nuances, all the flavor. This is Keurig. This is the leader in single serve technology, and I could hold my hand at the back of this cup. You cannot see through it. So what I love is whatever brew you want, we partner with over 80 brands, close to 600 varieties of coffee, and that's not including your small coffee shops and things like that that you may have locally that are going to have their own K-Cups. It's really an exciting adventure. We're going to go on it together. I know this lady right here loves her teas. Am I correct about that?
I love my teas and I love my hot chocolates.
Okay, okay.
And my husband adores great coffee.
Okay.
So here's what I love about this Keurig, and this is why I'm getting it. My husband has his little routine, yada, yada, yada. But you know what? And I'm a little envious of it.
Okay.
Because I do not. But I do love great teas and I love great hot chocolates, right? And I thought, oh my goodness, this is the one thing that if I get it, it's just not for coffee. It's now for everybody.
That's
so
absolutely
mom
right.
and dad might love, their dad might love the coffee, mom might love the coffee, but the kids, they want the yummy hot chocolates. And I am such a nerd. I went onto Keurig's site and I looked at the brands they have in their K-Cups.
Yeah.
They have a ton of tea. Do you know they have a probiotic tea available?
Oh, sure.
I thought, oh my goodness, I should be drinking that tea.
That would be great for you.
Really, the Keurig can do that. How about a ton of hot chocolates? How about a ton of coffees from all the big brands, guys? If you love everything from Dunkin', Starbucks, Peet's, McCaff, if you love Black Rifle coffee, they now carry Black Rifle, which is more of a gourmet kind of coffee. Krispy Kreme, Cinnabon, Newman's. They have organic Newman's coffee, Newman's own coffee. They make it, and you're going to be able to do a perfect cup of coffee or tea or chocolate or whatever, iced coffee, every time exactly the way you want it.
I'm really excited about chais too, because that's something that you always kind of had to go to the specialty coffee shop to get just right.
I love chai teas.
But listen, here's what's exciting about tonight. There's lots of things exciting, but the most exciting thing is that you are getting our Supreme Brewer, which I'm going to break down for you what makes this special in just a moment. But you are also getting, for the first time ever, our Keurig Cafe Frother. And let me explain to you, we're gonna make a drink with this in just a moment. This is going to give you the most velvety, smooth, delicious ability to do lattes, cappuccinos, all macchiatos, all kinds of really amazing recipes. And you can also put various different ingredients inside the frother too. So this frother does hot foam, cold foam. Which means if you've been going to your local coffee shop, you know which one I'm talking about with the cold foams, you can make that now. You can make that for pennies on the dollar. And I think that when you start adding up how much it costs to go for those specialty coffees, if you can do that at home, this is going to pay for itself so quickly. #1 with the Supreme. What is most important? You may have been a Keurig fan for a while. We love you. We appreciate you. And the innovation when Keurig began was huge, right? Single cup technology was huge because it allowed you to not have to make a full pot and not have it sit. It was always optimal coffee or teas or anything when you wanted it, right? But it brewed only with one stem here. So you see it just did one stream. So one stream went through the middle. Now, that was really, really great technology at the time, and it was something that really changed the entire industry. But now with the Supreme, we have multi-stream technology. So you can see the difference right there. There are 5 now streams that will flow through this coffee. It's pre-measured inside of the cup. It knows exactly how much to use, because that always used to be my thing. If you go from one machine to another machine, like on a drip coffee maker, you have no idea how much coffee to use to make it correctly. So it come out watery, too strong, like all this stuff. So you kind of like got to play with it. You don't have to worry about that with this. I'm half asleep in the morning when I want to make my coffee. I just want to pop in the one that I want, and I want the brewer to be able to know what to do. With this multi-stream technology, you're now going to get full saturation of your grounds, giving you full aromas, full flavor, all of it. It's really exciting.
You can customize the strength. You can customize the size of it. This is why this one's so different.
Absolutely. And I guess, guys, it's going to be kind of hard for us, I guess, to get up here. Oh, there we go. Thank you for that. I wanted to kind of go for a tour of the machine so you can kind of see. If you've ever heard about our Mini Plus, what's really great about this machine is it is slim like our Mini Plus in that it's only 5 inches across. But where it becomes quite different is the options that you have. You will notice here that you have 6, 8, 10, or 12 ounces that you can brew. So that's everything. The 6 ounces are going to be great when you do your recipe drinks like your lattes and your cappuccinos because you want more condensed. Then all the way up to your 12 for your travel cups and things like that. So for the people who always said, but I like to use a big travel cup, we got you with the 12 ounce. The strong button is so cool. This was introduced on the Mini Plus. It continues on in this one. And what I love about strong, that's for me, people like me, it's going to slow down the brew process just a tad. And what that allows it to do is we've already got the 5 multi-streams, but now you're going to slow it down just a little bit more to let it saturate those grounds fully. And it's going to give you a little bit stronger of a brew. So if you're that person, you're going to hit that strong button. And then you'll see over ice. Over ice is super cool. That's going to brew whatever you're brewing, your coffee, at the top temperature, that 193 degrees. And then right before it releases it through the cup, after the cup, it's going to then cool it.
Get out of here.
Yes, so that it doesn't melt your ice.
Melt all your ice.
Right, exactly. And so now that you have the cold foaming option, plus you have the over ice option, if you love a great iced coffee or you love all your different brews, like with the cold foams and all that, you can do that with this.
And how much do you spend for a great iced coffee? Like, I know the prices. I really do. Like, they're so expensive.
Yeah.
And now, here's what always I think is amazing too. How many of us have, oh, I love this one brand, but really you really super love coffee. What I love about Keurig though is you could try tons of different brands.
Yeah.
Like, you're not stuck buying a big bag of one and then you're like, well, I gotta drink all this before I can get a different flavor.
Right.
Here, the sky's the limit. For me, I mean, just looking at the coffees, they were amazing how many different brands are in-house. Then when I went to the tea section, I was like, oh, there's a chai latte. Oh, Twillings, you know, the famous English
Very
teas.
famous, yeah.
They have all of those, so if you're a big fan of that. The brands they have and are associated with are the best of the best. They're the absolute favorites that are out there. And so now you've got variety. Also, what I love, and this is the reason I'm picking it up tonight, is it's because it works for everybody in the family.
Yes.
You know, it's not just like, oh, there's my husband drinking his favorite coffee every morning. He can have a great coffee, but then I can turn around and have a chai latte, which I love.
Yeah.
Or I could turn around and have a hot chocolate at the end of the day when it's a chilly night out. And then, of course, he can flip and do a different coffee. So now, if your kids love tea, if they love hot chocolate, they can have their own favorite flavor, and you guys can custom design whatever it is you want to drink. That's why I think this is the big difference, because I wouldn't invest in our home for just a fancy coffee maker because he's the only one using it religiously.
It's the only thing you can do with it. And then so now you got to get another something to make the teas and another something.
I got to get a tea kettle.
Right.
Forget that.
Exactly.
You know, it's too much work.
Here's your tea, my dear. This is a green tea, and I want you to notice how hot that is, right?
Really nice.
So we're brewing at 193 as it comes through the brew chamber, which is going to give you that optimal temperature. Tea especially can burn very easily, right? So if you're a tea drinker, you know that. You've got to brew it at a right temperature. So this gets it perfect, right?
Perfect.
So you almost feel like you're by the campfire, like just kind of like drinking your tea, and it's all fall time. So what we just brewed right now here is you're going to get 10 of the La Colombe Nizza coffees, and La Colombe is actually it means dove in French, and Nizza is kind of like an Italian word. But what I love about this blend, you're getting 10 of them, is that it actually has honey notes, and it actually is nutty, brownie, and chocolate. So if you love a medium blend that has those notes in it, that's what you're getting 10 of, and you can see that that's brewed here. Look, I like dark coffees. I'm a dark coffee person, so when I see this, I go, oh yeah.
Makes you happy.
Oh yeah. So I'm gonna stop there with that one for that. I did do an 8 ounce, and typically I was gonna do a recipe drink, I would have done a 6 ounce, but just for the sake of showing you how the frother works, the frother has a base. So you see right here, the base just plugs in. So you can place this away when you're not using it, take it out when you are, and that's what I love, that it's not connected to the machine. But it sits on the base just like this, and it has only 2 buttons, so you cannot mess this up. There's a cute little whisk inside. I'm gonna show that to you on the next one. I've already filled this one with milk. I'm just gonna come, this is your hot button, this is your cold button. That's as hard as this is.
Oh, that's great.
So if you want to do hot, which we're going to because we have a hot coffee, I'm going to hit this. Now, if we were able to look inside, we would be able to see that it's now spinning really fast and furious, okay? And what that's doing is that whisk that's inside at the bottom here is going to then pop that up, and it's going to grow. So make sure inside of here there is a maximum fill line. Don't fill your milk past the maximum fill line, because it really is going to grow, and it's going to become this velvety, smooth, delicious, beautiful thing. So we're going to come back to that in just a moment and add that to our pizza coffee.
Before you leave there,
yes,
I do want to talk about the capacity it can hold and how unique the container spot is.
Oh,
this
yes.
is a huge upgrade, you guys.
Absolutely. So, and that's the other thing that's different. So if you had like our Mini Plus, that only had a removable small container reservoir. This has a 66-ounce reservoir, and it moves. So you can place it on the side as you see it here, and if we're able just to pop over to this one right here, then you will see that this one is straight back.
I kind of want to turn that. Can you turn that sideways
sure.
just a
Let me
little
just do
bit?
that.
I know.
I
There you go.
absolutely want you to see that.
Because this is a big deal. How many of you don't have the space? You're like, oh my goodness. Obviously, it's going to fit under any cabinets.
Yes.
But you're worried I don't have the width I need. Look at how slim. What's the inch this way?
5 inches.
So it's only going to take up 5 inches. That's all you need to have a brand new, gorgeous Keurig coffee maker.
Right.
So think about that. 5 inches. That's counter space is so vital.
Oh, for sure.
And
I'm
you're
always, like,
worried, how's
trying to
this
figure
going to
out.
fit on my counter?
Yes.
Do I have space? It's a mere 5 inches because they've redesigned how that
Absolutely.
attaches.
And this also has a handle, which I really love. So this is 66 ounces. It'll get you about 8 cups or so. It depends on what size you're making, but about 8 cups of coffee if you're doing 8 ounces at a time. And I love that. But do you know a note? I always tell people this, and even when I go to people's houses, I'm like, when did you change your water? Make sure you change your water every 2 days. So if you're a house that drinks a lot of coffee, you'll go through this very quickly. But you don't want to leave sitting water for more than 2 days. That's a carry tip. Okay, so I was just like, give that to you.
But isn't that great,
Isn't that
guys?
great?
And so I love it. And very slim. You just need a sliver of space. So even if you have a really, really small kitchen like I do, it's going to now fit in there. And that's another reason why I loved it. Because I do not have a lot of counter space. Lately I've been living in very teeny spaces. So this just does not take up a lot of space at all in this configuration. So I think that's fantastic.
Okay, so wait for it. I'm going to tilt this for you so you can see something. And I'm doing this just so you can see. Do you see this froth?
Did that turn off automatically?
It did.
Oh,
yeah,
perfect.
it's about a 2-minute runtime to do a full process. But do you see how beautiful and delicious that is? So I'm going to pour this froth in here, and you're going to watch how this just took this drink to a whole nother level. And it's so funny. I think about it. Do you want to put cold milk in your hot coffee? No. So just frothing this up a little bit right before, if you do like milk in your coffee, is wonderful because it's going to keep the coffee hotter longer, which is just, duh. Such
Well, you know
a great
what's
thing.
shocking? I mean, I've seen frothers before, right? Yeah. And they can be incredibly expensive. I've never seen one that's hot or cold.
That's really interesting.
That's a big deal.
It is a big deal, and it is really cool. I'm actually trying to think. Let's make I'm trying to think where I want to go.
Let's
from
do an
here.
iced coffee.
Let's do an iced coffee.
Because that's one of the most expensive things that you can buy at a coffee shop. You go to that drive-thru and you're spending how much money just to get an iced coffee?
So what's nice about the machine also that I want to talk about, I don't think I need to, okay, we have an elongated also area here for your cup. So it's a little over 7 inches, I believe. However, if you did have a cup that didn't fit, the drip tray pops out. So I just want to show you here. That pops out and gives you so much more room. So I'm going to actually brew that like that so you can see what that's like. When you're using the machine, what's really, and this is the one that's straight back that we were just talking about. When you use the machine, you're just going to lift the brewer head up. Please notice that's where those 5 multi-streams are. So it's showing again how it's just really going to get in there and get all of it for you. Oh, I'm going to do a cider in here. Let's do a cider on the go.
Oh my gosh, the cider, I didn't even see cider on the website. That's one of my favorite things to drink.
And that's like
hot cider.
Are you really going to mull cider?
On a Saturday, if I'm really going for it, I add a little vodka to it. My husband puts a little whiskey in there or bourbon.
That sounds
and a
delicious.
hot cider all day long. You know, I didn't even know it was cider, and now I'm even more excited to get
Now
my
you're like,
Keurig.
oh my gosh, that's
Yes,
so
it
great.
does cider.
So yeah, and you can add just a few little cinnamon sticks in there. It really takes it to the top. Oh my gosh. So yes, there's pretty much anything you can think of. You know, again, 80 brands have partnered with Keurig, close to 600 different varieties. And I was just telling you, locally here in Westchester, I went to one of the markets, one of the Italian markets, and when I walked near where the register was, they had a local brewer, a local coffee brewer, that they had their K-Cups there. And I just went, that's how you know something has permeated and really changed the way the game and changed the way that things are going. They actually have their K-Cups at the local market. So in addition to just, you know, the 500-600 that we're telling you about that are Keurig K-Cups, there's more out there too. And if you're traveling, let's say, and you go to, I don't know, Costa Rica or Zimbabwe,
Hawaii's got some great coffees.
Absolutely. Yeah. And let's just say for whatever reason, they do not have K-Cups for that particular brand. There's a My K-Cup you can get. It looks just like this. It pops off and it allows you with the filter inside to be able to put your own coffee in there. It goes right into the brewer, into the brew head, and you can use this to make your own brews the way that you would like.
So what is that called?
So this is called the My K-Cup. So this is something you can pick up that we have available. Okay. But what I love about it, again, is like, because a lot of times I'll talk to people and they'll just be like, well, I don't know, single serve's not for me. I like to make a big pot. Let me ask you a question. If that first cup you drank tasted probably great, but by time that time went by, because no one's downing a cup of coffee, right? You're sipping it and you're taking your time with it. By the time you get to the end of that pot, I promise you it's muddy. I promise you it's bitter. I promise you it's all those things. It is not the same as when you first brewed it. This is the ability for you to have the perfect brew in the perfect cup every single time, no matter what you're making.
So here's another feature I thought was brilliant. So let's say it's you. Okay, for me, maybe it's a hot apple cider I want. And again, or maybe a hot tea in the morning, but my husband, he needs his coffee. What's really interesting is this has the ability to brew quickly, cup after cup after cup.
Yes.
A lot of them that are out there, you have to wait, and it has to actually reheat itself before it can handle another one. And it's Monday morning, and you're all fighting for it, trying to get out the door, and you're trying to make your favorite whatever. This is actually can handle that, can't it?
Absolutely. So what I love about that is that it's like so a couple things. After your last brew, so we just finished this cider, in 5 minutes, this will do an auto shut off. So it'll automatic, so if you're the kind of person like me, not awake in the morning, you make your coffee, you run out the door and you thought, did I turn off the machine? 5 minutes from that point, it will automatically turn itself off. So that's power saving and it's also just safe, right? So that's really great. The other thing about this, correct, you can keep brewing continuously. And let's talk about that, because if you have an older Keurig or an older machine, it used to have a piston technology, which at the time was amazing. The piston technology was ahead of its time. It was something that would enable you to have that brew on the spot, heating it up super fast. The issue with piston technology, it was very loud. So the older machines kind of made this noise. You knew you were making coffee. Have you noticed that as we're making coffee, it's super quiet?
Very quiet.
Like, I have to keep looking sometimes to make sure it's brewing. Like, I'm kind of like at my house and my husband goes, is it brewing? And I'm like, yes, like we didn't hear a thing. So if you have young kids, if you have a spouse that sleeps in, like if you really just don't want to make a lot of noise in the kitchen, or you just don't like loud appliances, this is the one for you. The reason now we have a water pump that actually takes the water from the reservoir, moves it through the machine. Once it gets to the brewer, an air pump, you'll hear it go pff. And that air pump is pushing it out, and it's also clearing the lines. So it makes sure that it doesn't clog. Wow. So it's got even more technology than anything we've had before. It's really giving you, again, that quiet brew, but it's also, again, giving you all of those really great things we just talked about.
All right, guys, I've got to give you a quick update. So I'm going to go over here and give you the colors again. Now, please remember, this is 100% exclusive. We're more than $100 off the retail value on this. What have they done? Well, you're getting, obviously, the latest from Keurig. We have 3 colors. We have the white, we have the gray, we have the black. The black is the most popular, so really just pick your favorite. The most limited, though, is the white. Is that it? So I have less than 1,000 left in the white. Why do we love the white? Because so many kitchens, it's going to work, right? White is typically in a kitchen. It's going to look great. It's just like wearing a white outfit, you know, white jeans. You can wear it with any kind of top. So the white just looks really clean, really elegant, really beautiful. The gray, so many people now have floors and accents that are in gray. The new place I'm living at has a lot of gray in it. I think that looks really sharp. The black is just sleek looking, and it's very traditional, and it looks great on a countertop. So there are your options. convenience. What also you're getting is the smartest frother I've ever seen. And I actually know a ton about coffee through my husband, actually. So I'm kind of, you know, I'm into it. I'm into it for him. I'm always looking for the next brew, the next thing. He has picked up frothers. I've never seen one that can do hot and cold. That is now included. That's a separate purchase. You're getting the 10 K-cups to go along with it. That's a separate purchase. So this is 100% exclusive. The value would be $248. We're at $139.95, and we have 5 flex pays, and you got free shipping. It's a really happy box when it arrives. Now, typically, if I were to say, oh, you know, I basically do teas. I love chai teas, lattes. I love all that stuff. I love hot chocolates. I love apple cider. I didn't realize it even did apple cider, but I love all that stuff. But a lot of us go, you know what? I'm not going to treat myself to that because, well, it just, you know, I don't drink coffee. Even if you don't touch coffee, I think it's one of the most brilliant things to have. That's one of the reasons I'm picking it up. My husband can enjoy more flavors, more variety, more coffees. He's going to have a ball with it, but I get to use it too. I'm not the one left out. And if it's sitting on the counter and I can't use it, I get pretty resentful about that. I'm like, okay, I don't like that thing. I don't use that thing. I don't know what. But now everybody can use it. From the youngest kid who wants a hot chocolate before he goes out in the snow, or they've been out doing snow angels and building snowman, and they come in and you hand them a hot chocolate on that cold, snowy day. That's memory making. It's for me, who I like a variety of items. I want change. I like things different. This is for me. And for my husband, who's absolutely into coffees, and he loves all these crazy flavors, it's for him too. So now everybody can use this. I think a lot of times, you know, Carrie, if it's just for one person in the family, you're like, well, okay, but none of us get to use it. This is literally for everybody.
For everyone.
And it can handle that capacity. You've got all the different ounces. It's going to do hot. It's going to do cold, more brilliantly and more perfect than certainly sitting on a stove. Tea makers, they go through these crazy lengths to try to get the perfect temperature for the right tea. This is smart. It knows what it needs to brew, whether you're doing the strongest of coffees or the most mild tea, or you're doing a lovely, I don't know, hot chocolate little toddy drink, which would be really fun to do something like that.
Well, you went the right direction, because I'm about to do a coffee liqueur.
Now that I will drink.
Okay. So I'm doing this kind of in a tall glass. So I'm going to do kind of a fancy smancy thing here. Let's get back to the frother. So while that's brewing, you see that I've done 6 ounces because I'm going to do a recipe drink.
Okay.
So I want to make it a little more concentrated. So I'm going to do my 6 ounces. Remember, the frother comes off the base. This is what powers it here. I promised you I would show you what it looks like on the inside. Here's what it looks like. Do you see that whisk? And that whisk actually comes off. And this is actually a very easy to clean interior. So this is just very simple. Do not put this in the dishwasher. Do not. That is where your power goes. So you're going to simply wash this with soap and water, let it air dry, and then you're good to go again. It's super easy. But what I want to do here is I'm actually going to take a little more milk. On this one, I'm going to do a little more latte style. So I'm going to go a little lower on the line. I don't need as much milk for this one. All right, and then we're just gonna put this is how hard this is. You just became a barista, ready? Put this on here. But now, okay, so we have hot and cold. On this one, I do wanna do hot, so I'm gonna do this. It takes approximately 2 minutes. I can feel right here, like I can feel that it's moving. Again, that whisk is moving super fast. It's moving that air, it's aerating into the milk, and it's creating this amazing froth with no work from you. All you have to do is just wait for when the light goes off. It is complete. That's how you know. And that's what I love about this is, again, you are now becoming your own at-home coffee shop barista. You can do these recipes. You can feel empowered to do these recipes. What I love is that I just went online. Like, I'm going to make a few things because we're here for a minute. And when I start making some different recipes, you're going to go, oh my gosh, I can do that. Like, it's really easy. Once you find out what's in half of these drinks, and now that you have the frother to be able to carry it through, you're going to be like, oh my gosh, I don't need to spend $6, $7. A
pop.
My favorite drink turned into $6.80. $6.80. And it's not that hard. I made it at home. I can make it at home now. So, you know, it's the brown sugar shake and drink. So I can do that. I can do that now with this. And so
well, think about the pumpkin spice drink. Like, everybody goes all crazy. Oh my goodness, it's that time of year to go get the pumpkin spice. Everybody talks about it. Do it yourself. Make a great cup of coffee. You add your own spices to it. You can literally recreate that drink at home for pennies. So if every morning your routine is I go through the drive-through and I get my big old espresso, latte, yada, yada, yada. It could be that chai tea you spend a fortune on.
Yes.
Stop doing that. You're going to get better results and you're going to get more consistency.
Yeah.
That's what's so key. It's not going to be like, well, one day that guy did it pretty good, but boy, the next day in the drive-thru, somebody else did it. So you get the perfect cup of coffee every single time because it's the brilliance built in. And it's easy. I think sometimes too, if you think, oh, I got to do 20 different steps to get a great coffee. No, you really don't.
You don't.
You just need a great machine. And for tea lovers like me, teas are very specific. You need very specific amounts at very specific temperatures. And this is all thought out for you. So you can't even screw up a good tea. And if you really get into teas, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Sure. Yes, exactly. I'm going to get my big cocktail spoon here.
I can't wait to try this.
Okay, so now we did 6 ounces of our coffee, and I did a French roast because I wanted to make it nice and strong. So now I'm going to put in however much I want to put of my drink here. Hello. I went a little heavy-handed because, you know, it's midnight. Come on. And then we're going to go in with our beautiful, delicious froth right at the top here to top it off.
And it's warmed.
It's so hot and wonderful. And then I'm just going to finish this off with a little bit of chocolate shavings.
Oh, my goodness.
Guys, if you have a, what do you call it, a peeler, you can peel chocolate, regular chocolate bars. And you look at this drink.
Do I get to try
How much
this?
would you, of course, how much would you pay for this if you went to any type of cafe and you got, and even adding the alcohol was going to make that an $18 to $20 drink?
That is, it's just like, now I will do a Bailey's espresso. Or can you imagine an espresso martini using this?
Oh, sure.
Sorry, it's after midnight. I'm definitely thinking about alcohol. But how great, would that be any espresso drink?
Well,
an espresso dessert?
Absolutely.
How about vanilla ice cream with coffee poured over it? Are you going to do that?
I mean, it's melted a little bit, but we're going to do it, yeah.
There you go.
So, you know, what's really fantastic about this is I want you to think about the holidays. We are now at the end of August. Football season starting, we're entering into fall, we're thinking about those things. This is the time of year when we start bringing people over, we start having a lot of get-togethers. Maybe we're getting together by the fire, maybe we're going tailgating, but we're having people over. It always starts at the house. So how nice, this is a congregating area, right?
Yeah.
So you always have people that come over and then you meet up and then you congregate. I'm gonna make this drink and then we're gonna talk about how that works actually.
I have to tell you, this is delicious. It's better than a restaurant drink. Like how many of you get a little something in your coffee at the end of a meal, little Bailey's in there?
I'm gonna do this one.
Unbelievable. Like this is absolutely delicious.
So let's go again. So now I just made one. I want to make another. Imagine this is your house, several different drinkers, several different people that want to do several different
think
things.
about company for Thanksgiving.
Easy peas. Look how easy that was that I just did what I did, right? So I'm going to hit 8 ounces. I'm going to hit strong button, and then I'm going to hit, I call it the big K, which makes me laugh because I'm Carrie with a big K. But like, I also call it the go button because for me, like in the morning, I'm like, I need to go. I need to go. And so this is the go button. So now I'm going to brew right over here. So it's kind of like leaning on an inspiration of an affogato, which is literally a vanilla ice cream with espresso. So it's kind of leaning on that right now. We're just putting coffee over our ice cream. It's kind of like a shake too, like kind of like a coffee shake. Of course you can do that. I love that you brought that up. Of course. See, that's the thing. Whatever you can dream up, whatever you can say, this would be great. I wonder if I can do that. Yes, you can.
Try it.
Probably
you were talking about doing a s'mores.
Oh,
She's got a recipe for a s'more drink, a hot chocolate s'more drink, which I'm very excited. I will put the Bailey's down. It's very good. Okay, so again, just to let you know, and this is important, I haven't mentioned this part.
Yeah.
This is the only time we're doing a Keurig as a Today Special.
Yeah.
So even if you want to tuck it away and you've got somebody who's got a wedding and you want to give it to them as a wedding gift, maybe somebody bought their first house and you want to give them a really great coffee maker, this is it. If you want to do it as the Christmas gift, perfect time to get it because we will not offer this as a Today Special for the rest of the entire year. This is the one and only time we're doing it. We're over $100 off. I am picking it up. I've decided, I can't, honestly, I thought I was going to go with gray. I honestly cannot figure out which color I want. I don't know which one yet.
Oh, I thought you were saying gray, maybe.
I was, but now that I'm looking at all 3 colors, I am changing my mind. But why am I picking this up? You know, you think, oh, you've got to only be a coffee drinker to want a Keurig. No, you just got to love to have those moments in life where you've got something warm and delicious. Or if you are a coffee drinker, why in the world are you spending a fortune going through and grabbing the coffees at the drive-thru? Or maybe where you work, you run out at lunchtime and I'm going to go grab a cup of coffee, and you're eating some little you're drinking some styrofoam cup with some terrible terrible coffee in it. Or maybe you work in a place, can you imagine taking this to your office and having your own K-system there? That would be amazing, and you'd have the best coffee all day long. But it is for everybody. I think that for me is the game changer. It's no longer, oh, this is just one person who loves coffee, or maybe you and your husband, you're the coffee drinkers. Now it really is for anybody. If you've got company coming over the holidays, imagine just having a whole variety pack, and you can get those online, of K-cups. It could be teas and coffees and hot chocolates, and let your guests really design their own every morning. Why do the best hotels in the world have Keurigs in them? Every time I go to a hotel, I'll walk in, if it's a decent one, it's going to have a Keurig. In fact, really people get disappointed. If they spend a lot of money in a hotel room and they walk in and there's not a Keurig, they're like, where's my Keurig? Why not? It's because they're number one. They're literally the very best, number one brand in single serving designs. I mean, in brewing systems, they are number one. There's nobody who's better than this. And so we're thrilled to team up with them to bring you this incredible value. Also, you're not going to find this value absolutely anywhere else. I can guarantee that. You're getting the hot cold frother, that's upgraded, which is huge. You're getting the K-cups to go with it, that's upgraded. Those are all, this is all bought separately, and you're getting all of that. In fact, the frother alone is $59, so subtract that off the price. The K-cups are $10. Okay, so now we're going to do almost $70 off the price. And when you look at the price of the unit itself, it's $179.99. We're over $100 off. Plus, we have 5 flex pay, so if you have a major credit card, welcome to your brand new Keurig. If you want to use free shipping, guess what? That's included as well, which saves you even more money. But again, this is your chance to do it. Now, the one thing I will warn you, and it happened last night when I kicked off the NFL, happens every night, most every night. If you have this in your cart, that is not considered a safety zone. It's not some little safety place. What happens is you have to make sure you completely check out, because if our systems need it, they will take it out of your cart and they will give it to the person who's actually buying it, doing the checking out process. So make sure, if you can't just leave it in your cart and hope it'll be there at the end of the day. You got to make sure and check out tonight to make sure you get the color you want, because we will start getting pretty limited here in a few minutes on colors. In fact, in the white, we now have less than 900 left for the whole day.
We
whole
knew that
country,
was gonna go first.
whole day. Yeah, I might have to go for the white.
The white's really nice.
I love
it's really
the white.
crisp.
Yeah.
So as you were walking in, you were mentioning the campfire s'mores. I'm going to do a hot cocoa version. I'm going to do a coffee version.
Okay.
So what's nice about your frother is I just placed my milk inside. I put a spoonful of sugar and I put a 2 spoonfuls of cocoa powder right into this. So it's gonna actually froth it into the milk. Okay, so we're gonna do the hot, so while we're chatting, but like what I love about this is like I'm here at my kitchen counter, or I'm in the kitchen. I actually have like a little buffet area kind of where we have chairs, like the little high top chairs, and my machine's pretty close to there. And what kind of happens is you kind of end up congregating around the machine. This is what happens when people come over. This is what happens when you're just talking with your spouse or your friends. Like it's kind of the place to be. And so that's why I love that I kind of did this to kind of showcase what happens around our machine. So like if you're looking at your machine and you go, gosh, really, you know, I've had this one quite a while. It's you know, maybe it's still working, but is it really brewing the best? And you're kind of like, maybe it's time for an upgrade. That's what this is great for. You've got the new technology in this one that's going to give you that incredibly quiet brew. You're going to get that smart technology that's also going to just allow you to keep making coffees over and over again. It's going to give you that 66-ounce container that you can move. Maybe your machine's kind of large and it really doesn't fit in the space and it's taking up too much space. So this is going to be able to, again, live on the side as you see it there, or live directly behind. So it's just one long profile.
And for that, that's me. That was key for me on this too.
Sure.
Because I just don't have a lot of counter space.
I mean, that's a lot of us, because you know, I'm in culinary. I have so much stuff, and I really, my counter space is premium. It really matters what's up there, and it has to be the things that I'm using every single day. If this is going to be your coffee maker, your tea maker, your hot cocoa maker, your cider maker, we're going to show you how to just do hot water. So if you need it for those items like oatmeals or your quick cup of noodles, or there's a couple little things I do in the cup that are just pretty quick. Why wait for the microwave to heat that up, or get something else?
That's a great point.
Exactly.
And it's the perfect temperature.
It's the perfect temperature.
Are you going to make my hot chocolate?
I am. I'm waiting for your
excited.
froth. Your froth is almost here. I'm waiting for that. I'm waiting for that. I should have started it earlier. It's 2 minutes, so it feels like the longest 2 minutes because you're waiting for it. That's what it's.
Are we going to put a chocolate in a K-cup, or is that ready to go?
This is already chocolate.
Oh, I'm so excited about
So
this.
I did a little rim for you. So I did a graham cracker crust rim.
Oh, stop it.
You're
How much
welcome.
do I love this? Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
So you used one of the hot chocolates. And I do want to talk about the brands because I went online. I'm a complete nerd and I love my job. And I think about you guys a lot. I really do. I'm obsessed with what we do here, right? So I'm thinking about you all the time. So I said, well, let's look at the 500 plus varieties that they have. It is all the really big names that you love. Yes, if you go through Starbucks, guess what? They have the Starbucks coffees in K-Cups. So you don't have to spend the money. Sorry, Starbucks. You don't have to spend the money. You just get their K-Cups and you're going to get a better result quicker and do it for pennies versus going through that drive-through. They've got Dunkin', Starbucks, Pete's, McCafe. They have Caribou, Cinnabon, Newman's Own. That was an organic coffee. Oh, girl.
Yes, I just did a...
You stopped me right at hello.
Okay, now, when you look at that, would you not say, I would spend $8 for that drink?
You know, you go to a fall festival.
Oh, yeah.
And you go up and say, yes, I'd like the hot chocolate thingy.
Yeah.
And they would charge you $8.
And you would walk away with a smile on your face because you go, this is delicious.
Okay, I'm drinking it.
Take it, please.
I'm so
I
excited.
spilled a little bit, sorry. But I'm going to start mine. So here's what's nice. You love hot cocoa. I love coffee. I'm a coffee girl. So now I'm just going to take that K-Cup out. I'm going to place in, this is a La Colombe Corsica. So this is another really fantastic one here. I'm going to place that in. I'm going to do I'm going to do 8 ounces on this one and hit the button. I've changed how many ounces I want to do in this next one. I've changed the entire brew. Is it delicious?
Mm-hmm. It is the best hot chocolate I've ever had in my life.
So what's in there is when we frothed it, see that's what makes the difference is that we've put that hot froth on top of it. So you have the hot cocoa, which is delicious on its own, of course. But now we've taken that hot froth that had that cocoa powder, a little bit of sugar, and just blending that together and putting it on top gave it that poof.
Yeah, what made it gourmet? It's like
Yeah.
gourmand now,
Yeah.
just as opposed to being a basic hot chocolate. And think about it, you know, it's a really cold, snowy day out, and you come home, maybe you've been out there shoveling the snow, and you just like, I just want the perfect coffee. There, boom, you can have it, and you can have it in just a couple of minutes. Like it takes seconds to get this done. Or then you say, you know what, I got the grandkids coming over, it's cold out, we're gonna go sledding, we're gonna make a snowman, and then you walk in and you make them a hot chocolate. And this is a hot chocolate they'll remember.
Yes.
Like remember when Grandma used to make that crazy great hot chocolate?
Oh, yeah.
You're doing it out of the Keurig. And then it might be you at the end of a really long day, you're so stressed, and you just want a gorgeous sleepy tea.
Yeah.
In fact, they do have sleepy teas online at Keurig. So you just want to do a sleepy tea to help you relax, end your day before you go to bed. That same machine that brought you and woke you up in the morning with your coffee takes you to sleep at night with a really nice tea. That's why I think this is so universally appealing. And I want to speak to those of you who say, well, I don't drink coffee. You know what? I really don't. I'll do a Bailey's, that's fine. But honestly, that's not my go-to. I love teas and I love hot chocolates and I love ciders. Those are my 3 big things, right? And so even if you don't drink coffee, imagine having the perfect tea, the perfect cider, the perfect hot chocolate. And that's coffee, right?
And the perfect friend to drink it with. So you got,
Cheers.
cheers, my friends. Here the holidays are starting. I feel like it's starting now because the weather's changing.
This is so good. It's so delicious. It's the perfect temperature. That's the other thing too. You ever get something that's so hot you got to wait and blow on it and blow it and blow on, or it's just lukewarm.
Right.
That makes you mad. It just that really sets you free, right? And stop going through the drive-through. I'm telling you, if this is going to pay for itself.
For sure.
Okay, let's do some math. If the average cup of coffee is about $3.
Right.
Okay, divide that into 139. Sorry, Kevin, can you do me a little quick math for me? I mean, literally.
My brain's like this. I'm
Yeah,
like trying
I know,
to think.
girl. I'm like, it's 12:30.
Somebody
at
with a
night.
calculator help us out. Oh my gosh, I am loving this.
I could drink this. Okay, so it'd be 46 regular coffee. I'm not talking about good coffees.
Sure.
I'm talking about a basic dumb styrofoam
A basic
cup
coffee is $3
It's $3 to
now.
$4.
Yeah.
I looked online.
Yeah.
It's like $3-4, right? So in 40 cups of those coffees, which let's say you're going through 2 a day, so that's 14 coffees a week. In 40 coffees, you've paid for this. 40.
Yeah.
Now you're going to be using this for years and years because it's Keurig. You know,
Yeah.
it's just. And remember, this is the latest model. It's not like you're buying something they made 10 years ago. It's got all the newest features. It's got the 5 holes at the top versus the 1, which we'll go over because that's a huge upgrade. I love the fact you can put the water on the side or on the back now. So if it's on the side, that's going to be about, I'd say 5, 6, 7, almost 8 inches
about 8
of
inches.
width. If it's on the back, it's a little over 5 inches. So now this is detached. You move this around, and now it's a really slim line. So if you've got about 5 inches of space, you now can have this beautiful Keurig Supreme unit.
Yeah.
All you do is pick color tonight. Remember the frother. It's an advanced frother. It's almost a $60 frother. That does hot or cold, which is great. And even if you're doing the chocolates or the teas, you can froth and add to it. That takes everything up to that next level. It's more gourmand when you do that.
Yep.
If you loved iced coffees, great. Do you know they have an unsweetened tea online as well from Lipton?
Yes.
I saw that.
Oh,
All
and
the
decaf. And decaf. Don't forget,
And
for all our decaf people
great
out there,
point.
I
Great
know it's a hard time for you sometimes, but guess what? All the decaf you could desire.
You know what? Let's have a decaf moment, because a lot of people wake up and want caffeinated, but you're craving that you're craving coffee at the end of the day, and you go, gosh, I don't want to do a whole pot of decaf,
Sure,
because I'm not going to drink a whole pot of decaf before I go to bed.
Right.
You just want that one delicious cup before you go to bed.
Exactly.
This is going to do it. So if you want the full caffeinated, that's your AM, and your PM's the decaf without having to throw out. How many of you throw it? You get through half a
pot.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Half a pot of coffee, and you throw it out. It's gotten bitter. It's cold. It's like been sitting on in the machine forever, and you throw it away. It's just waste, right? With this, perfect one every time, just the amount you need. And I do want to, if we can, go or
back.
you can do it here. I don't care where you want to do it.
Yeah.
I'd like to do a 360 around the whole thing once again and talk about
let's come
all the
back over here.
upgrades on
Let's come
this.
back over here. I'm gonna grab
I'm
my
bringing my
milk.
hot chocolate.
Please.
Ooh, I should add the Baileys to this.
Oh
then
my
there you
girl,
go.
You can do whatever you
Ooh,
like.
girl.
That's what I love about this, is that it is so customizable, and the fact that you can do what you love, and everyone can do everyone likes their coffee. Coffee is an experience, a ritual. It's something that we do that we're very specific about. We like our coffees a certain way. Keurig has heard you. We have given you a machine that's going to enable you to do 6, 8, 10, or 12 ounces. So actually, if we could show the top of the machine, that would be really great, because I want to do around the world again.
This is a big upgrade.
This is so great, because some of the machines would only do 8 or 10 ounces. Some would do, then it was 8, 10, 12. Now the 6, and the addition of the 6 is really great. And people say, I saw somebody that was like, why would I ever only make 6 ounces of coffee? And
Shame.
The reason is because you want it more concentrated for your recipe drinks. It's because you're getting that frother, and so now you're going to be able to use that like an espresso. So you're going to be able to use that as a more concentrated coffee that's going to blend well, because you need it to be more concentrated for that. So remember that at the top there, you're also seeing, again, those 4 different sizes. You're seeing that strong button. To explain how that works again, when you hit that strong button right before you hit the big K, that is going to slow down the brewing process just enough that it's going to saturate a little extra on all of those grounds inside the cup to give you that stronger brew, that more aroma, that more robust coffee. The over ice is for you iced coffee drinkers out there, so that you're not brewing a hot coffee over a cup of ice and melting everything, and then it gets watery. A little side note too, there are K-Cups that are for iced coffees, and they have a tad bit more beam in there too. So just FYI, if you're out in the marketplace and you're looking at that, it's kind of cool, because it actually makes it a little, even an extra little bit stronger for you if you like that. Okay. But what it really comes down to is the new innovations. I told you about 2 of them that are in this machine. This used to be our old Keurig. This used to be how it was done. This was innovative for its time. It really was something that changed the whole entire marketplace. It made us the largest single cup brewing technology in North America. And then here is what happened now. We said, you know what, we can even do better. And the MultiStream Technology is going to do 5 different streams that are going to fully encapsulate every single ground that's in there, and really saturate to pull out all the nuances, all the aromas, the way it was meant to be brewed. That's what we realized when we said, that's it. All of the saturation will make the difference. And so that's the MultiStream. That's what you're getting with the Supreme. And so then also you are going to have the ability to move your reservoir. So the reservoir can live here, 66 ounces, about 8 cups each time, or it can change to the back, which is my white one over here, if we want to take a peek at that one. Nice, slim, and trim. So that's going to give you, really, for those folks who just really only have about 5-6 inches area to place this machine, this is going to be perfect for you.
I'm just trying to decide color, honest to goodness. It's so funny. Because you know what? I'm a little envious of my husband's routine. routine. And like so many of you, a friend of mine, Lana, and I were having a whole coffee conversation the other day, and she says, girl, I have my morning routine. And she's set. She knows how she wants her coffee, and then she reads all of her updates on her phone and blah, 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 on her tablet. And those of you who'd love to read the newspaper on a Saturday or Sunday morning with a relax with a cup of coffee, I'm a little jealous of that routine. But I would normally wouldn't think of investing in this if it was just for me and I just wanted my teas or my hot chocolates. It's like, well, oh, you know, that'd be great, but it's really for coffee drinkers. No, it's really not. It's for literally everybody, all of us. So what's neat about this one specifically, it can do all the ice stuff. As I said, one of the most fascinating things I saw online at Keurig is they have a probiotic iced tea. Or, excuse me, a probiotic tea.
Yeah.
And I thought, oh my goodness, I need that every day in my life. So for me to have my own routine to start something, and again, I'm a little envious of people who take their yummy cup of coffee and they sit down in the morning as they're trying to wake up and do whatever they do. I don't do that, but I'm envious. I'd like to do that. And this allows me to do it. And I don't have to do any of the thinking. It does it all for me. And it's now for everyone. If you've got a coffee drinker or you're a coffee drinker, oh my gosh, I know you're picking it up. You're like, yeah, I'm all in, right? But let's say you've got, okay, you're the coffee drinker, your husband, wife's a coffee drinker, the partner, but then you got the little kids. What do you give them? The perfect some more hot chocolate on a snowy day. At the end of the day, maybe you just want to relax and do a beautiful soft sleeping tea. Oh yeah, you can find those online too. It's going to do that for you. So literally, whether you're waking up in the morning, going to sleep at night, it's a cold day, you've got the little ones, you've got the company, you've got the person passionate about tea, the person who loves a chai, which I do love chai tea, the person who loves their apple ciders, the person who loves their coffees, you know, loves those coffee drinks, if you're going to have a little more adult evening, this is going to do it for you. So it's not just it's just not a stupid coffee pot sitting there and only one person in the family can enjoy it.
Right.
That just makes me mad. You can tell. I'm like, I'm envious of that, right? No. Now this is for everybody, every age, which is really what makes it so different. Typically you're not going to give a young kid something from a pot of coffee. That's probably not very good parenting at this point. Maybe when they're finally in high school you will, but not when they're young. But now they can have their own little special hot chocolates. If you want decaf, it's going to do that as well. This is a machine that's going to be perfect for everyone. And typically when you talk about coffee pot makers, there's one or two people who are going to love it. Yep. Nobody else is going to use it. Yep. Just one or two. Now everyone can enjoy this. So what's happening? The white. Okay, little heads up. I think I've decided on the white. I keep flipping around. I'm going to get it when I get off the air. I actually have it on my phone waiting. You think the white?
I like the white.
Yeah, she loves the white. The white, I just think it's so clean and so beautiful. Guess what, though? The problem is, that's why I'm going to order it when I get off the air.
Yeah.
I have less than 800 now in the white.
It's going fast.
Now go ahead and make sure and check out. Don't leave it in your cart, because if someone's buying the white, it's going to be taken from your cart and given to the person who's actually purchasing it at this time. So when I check out, I'm going to fully check out. I'm not going to leave it there and try to remember to come back later today. We've got the gray and we have the black. The black is the most popular color. That makes sense too. So black is #1 most popular right now. I don't know how many we've sold, but of the several hundred. Okay. We've sold almost 700, 300 are in the black alone.
Wow.
So, and we brought in a few more black. The white's the one that's really limited though. The frother is almost a $60 frother. It's the best one I've ever seen, and trust me, I actually do know a lot about this. It's hot and cold. So you get hot or cold froth now. So your iced coffees are next level. Your regular coffees are next level. Your desserts are next level if you're using like a coffee for that. Then of course you're getting the 10 K-cups to go along with it. This is you usually have to buy it separately. This is going to be $60 here. This is another $10 here. Then you add the free shipping. So that's $70 here, plus the shipping, which I have no idea. How much is the shipping? The shipping's over $15. So just the frother and the K-cup and the free shipping, we're now at $60, $70, $85 added to our configuration. So if I came out and listened to this, just said, hey, we've just got the K-Supreme, that's all we're offering, none of the other extra stuff, no free shipping, you're still saving money. It's $179 just for this machine. We're at $139.95 if I just stopped there. Then let's add, between the free shipping and the extra goodies, another $85 of extras to it. That's why we've sold so many already. And that's why tonight is so popular. Also, Carrie, one quick note, just to everybody remember, FlexPay. 5 Flex, you can get this home for $27.99. You pay it off in 5 months, you get it right away. Also, one last little note is the first and last and only Keurig Today special of the entire year.
Right.
So if you are thinking Christmas gift, a wedding gift, somebody moving to a new apartment, kid moving off to their dorm, and they need a coffee maker, you want to get it now and maybe just tuck it away for the holidays.
It's perfect for that. Absolutely. Anybody, you know, getting married, anybody, you know, buying a house, and you want to be the person that gives them the perfect housewarming gift.
Hey, cheers, guys. You're all enjoying this?
Yeah.
It's delicious, isn't it?
Look at everybody's got yum
Yeah,
yum.
we look so happy. They're like, yeah, I'll take a break. I'll sit one down.
And that's what I love. It becomes the congregation area. It really symbolizes just taking a moment out of the day.
Well, how often do you have people come over? Let's have some coffee.
Absolutely.
Do you just want to catch up with them, or you want to talk about something important?
And you can say, what would you like?
Yeah.
And you could have, I have these different flavors, I have these different things. Would you like a tea? Would you like a coffee? Would you like a cider? Would you like a hot cocoa? Like, you have choices, and I love that. I just did a chai latte, and actually the capsule was a chai latte.
I'm so excited about
and
this.
then I just put some vanilla extract in my foam. Let me get a little spoon here.
And can I
like
try
to
this
help
one
spoon
too? Because
it.
I love
Oh,
chais.
for sure. So this is chai latte. So we're gonna do that, and that's gonna make it so yummy right there. And then I'm just gonna top it off. Is it okay for me to top it off with a little cinnamon?
Sure, absolutely.
Okay, so we're gonna do a little, I'm gonna do boop, boop, boop,
And thank you
boop,
for
boop,
asking.
boop, boop. Okay, of course. And then I'm gonna do a little star anise.
Oh, nice.
Boom. Okay, I wish that you could see this from up top, because it's just absolutely, if I do that, it's
And can
gonna
I tell you how expensive fancy chai lattes are when you go to those coffee shops or those
Another
places
one
that have
that's
it?
like, it doesn't have to be that expensive.
It's like, why is it $7, $8 for me to get a cup of chai?
They do charge more for chai. I don't understand that.
Isn't that funny? They do.
My husband likes to get dirty chais, which is kind of where you put coffee and chai, which is kind of really cool.
So good.
Isn't that amazing?
Oh my gosh.
There's something about when you put the froth in versus just,
Look at that froth.
listen.
Can you guys see this? I don't know how to get a
beautiful.
camera angle.
It's
You know
beautiful.
what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna come around the front. I want this
She
from
to
the
come.
top down.
She wants to show.
Because
I
this
love
is
you,
real.
Suzanne.
But this is like next level. This is
really
why
beautiful.
we go to those special coffee shops in our neighborhood. Can you guys get this if I lower it like this? I'm just gonna
She's
hold
like,
it.
please.
I'm not. You just gotta see. Oh, we can't get it. You gotta see. Why can't I not get this shot? No, I want you to see how pretty it is on top. This is why we go to the fancy neighborhood coffee shop, because we want this experience. Are we gonna get it, David? Are you gonna get it?
He's gonna make it happen.
Look, I'm obsessed now. I'm like, I have to show everybody
We
how
have to
beautiful
get
this
you
is.
there. Thank you,
We're
Suzanne.
so close. Because you know what? This is what we pay Carrie a fortune for.
Well,
we
and
want to go to that little local coffee shop and get a perfect chai tea that's got this little, we're not gonna do it? Do I have to walk away? Oh man,
"Aw."
well, you can do it at home.
Imagine the most frothiness thing on top. A beautiful sprinkling of cinnamon and that star anise just in the perfect spot. It makes it just like a little present that was made for you. I am not a barista, okay? I am just a person who loves making, making coffees and making drinks. I'm not a barista. I've learned everything, but here's the thing: you don't have to be a barista. It makes it easy for you because the machine does the work for you. So it's going to brew the perfect brew, and then all you have to do is place the milk inside. By the way, you can use almond milk, oat milk, whatever milk, soy milk, anything. And just know that milks with more fat will be fluffier. So like almond milk, for example, won't be as fluffy as if you did like a whole milk or something like that, or a 2%, but it'll still be frothed and hot. So it's really great. I want to do an iced, I want to do an over ice, and I want to do a cold froth, because I think that's a really important
and I do
thing.
want to just talk about hot water.
Oh yes, we're gonna do that next. So let's make sure we get that in. We only have 5 minutes. Let's get started. Ready? Okay. So I'm gonna get my milk in here, and I want to do on this one a raspberry cold foam.
Oh,
so I'm gonna do just, got it right off my hands there. Okay, so I'm gonna do just a little bit of raspberry at the bottom. Let me see, do I have my, looks like I punctured myself. Okay. I was like, what
She
am I
did
doing?
not. It just
I
looks
did
that
not.
way.
I'm okay. And so I put the raspberry inside. I'm gonna put the milk, again, stay right underneath that area there. And then we're gonna put this on. And then right here, remember, top button hot, cold button cold. So we're just gonna press that guy. Is he on the base? Hang on a sec.
Are you doing this cold?
I need to do
Because
this
it's nice
base.
coffee, right?
It's on the wrong base. My bad, guys. I thought I could move the base. It doesn't like that. Oh, did my power go out over here?
Did we kick our power out?
I might have. Maybe. I don't know. Either that or I'm
try
moving
this
it
end.
over. Give me just a second to test it out. Okay, let me pop it into this one. That's my fault, guys. I did something, so I will fix it. We'll put it on this guy. Let's make sure our power didn't have an issue. It's live TV. Did you just have something really funny happen to you a moment ago?
Yes, I did.
It
happens a lot, actually.
It happens. Let's see what we got. There we go. Okay, so we got this one going. So remember, it's the bottom button. See how it even looks like a little cold snowflake?
Yeah.
So this is now doing a cold froth. It is not heating up the milk, but it's still aerating. So
And it's a raspberry froth.
And it's a raspberry froth that we're doing.
Awesome.
I'm going to come over here. I'm going to place inside my coffee. Okay, great. And then in here, because we want, again, do over ice. So when we hit over ice, it's ready to go. We're just gonna hit go. It's automatically gonna do a 6 ounce for over ice because it knows that you're gonna have the ice and you're gonna have other things that you're putting in there. So
well, explain what happens on the over ice too, inside it.
So on the over ice, it brews originally in that first moment. It hits all of the grounds at that 193 temp. Okay, so it makes sure it's doing full extraction, but then it does a cool. It does a quick cool. And the quick cool is gonna make sure that it doesn't, again, come out that hot over your ice. So you're gonna notice the ice is really, it's not melting. It's staying in place. And it's really not turning into just a, a glass of water.
Right, because that would ruin the whole taste of it, because it would dilute the entire drink.
Absolutely. Yeah. So the ice is
guys, take a moment. How smart is that, right?
Yeah.
Like, even if you're going to have a good old-fashioned, Southern sweet tea, and you want to brew the tea as opposed to just using something dry or whatever, you can do that with the iced system. Like, I thought of a million things I could do just with the iced version of it. And while that's doing that, let's just do this real quick.
Yeah.
I really like the idea if you just want quick hot water.
Absolutely. So always you have to open and make sure there's nothing in here. Open, close. And then with this, we only want to do 6 ounces because we're just doing some hot water. Notice, you're going to see how fast I just pressed that button, how quickly. And by the way, have you noticed that you're not hearing anything?
Yeah, nothing.
It's like a
now look,
very light.
So we've got oatmeal inside here. We're doing some oatmeal. Or
So
if you're doing the little noodles, you need the noodles really quick.
Well, you just need hot water for something.
Well, you know what? There's a ton of things you need hot water for, and then you ain't got no time. Like, you put it in the microwave and you overheat it, and this gives you the perfect temperature.
Yeah.
It's drinkable, perfect temperature. It's not lukewarm, which just makes you mad, especially if you really love it, that perfect temp. It's not so hot that you're going, oh my goodness, I can't drink it for an hour because it's burning my lips.
Yeah.
It literally comes out the exact temperature that we love and that we crave and that we enjoy so much. All right, Carrie, while you work on that one, I'm going to run over here one more time. We are about to wrap it up. Okay, guys, here's what's going to happen. I got about 2 minutes to go. We've sold over 700. We're going to go probably over 1,000 here in a couple minutes. If it's in the cart, I just got to warn you. I get it. You might want to, I know it's not a $20 item. But the problem is if our system needs whatever you have in your cart and you haven't checked out, it'll take it from your cart and give it to the person who's actually checking out. If you want the white, I'm buying it before I leave the studio. I literally have it on my phone ready to go, but I was going to wait till I was done. There's now less than 700 left for the entire day. I think the white is really chic. I think it looks beautiful. It's just clean. It's super, super pretty. We have the gray and we have the black. The black's the #1 most popular. Any of these colors are great, but here's what's going to happen. Let's say I sell the white early today. There'll be this mad rush to try to get the gray or the black. We brought in more black because that's traditionally what everybody likes. I just think the white looks so pretty and so clean in your kitchen. So you've got all 3 choices tonight at midnight. It's always good at a lunch. I like having all the options. The frother is about a $60 value by itself. The extra K-cups that come with it, out of the box, you're ready to make a cup of coffee, that's an extra $10. You are saving tonight over $100. When you add the shipping to it, that's another $15 in free shipping. And remember, this is the only time we're doing it, and it is a today's special. So you do have a limited time to be able to pick this up. And the nice thing about it, I love the most, Carrie, and this is why I'm getting it. And it is because everyone now can use this. It's not just my husband enjoying his coffees the way he wants it. It's now I can use it. I can make it for company comes. I can do my teas in it. I can do my hot chocolates, the apple ciders. That probiotic tea, I'm out of my mind over. I didn't know something like that existed.
We have refreshers.
Until I went,
do you know?
Really?
Yeah, we have refreshers.
So what's a refresher?
So if you go to that very well-known coffee shop, they have something called a refresher. So it's all fruit juices.
And
so
we have that's in there too?
The favorite one that I had was berry one. And so you can get a refresher and put some fresh berries in there. I topped off that oatmeal, by the way, with some berries and some cinnamon.
Lovely.
Absolutely perfect and ready to go. We have our cold foam, raspberry cold foam. I'm doing another coffee. Remember, around the world, there's nothing you can't do with this. and you know, it's the frother that really
And it's
makes
the
it.
#1 company who does it. I mean, this is it. We got #1. It's not like you're buying #5. You know, it's the very, very best, most popular in the U.S. And because I'm a nerd, U.S. every single year, 179 billion cups of coffee are consumed every year in just the U.S. Save yourself a ton of money tonight, okay? Thanks, Carrie.
Absolutely.
See you throughout the
Thank you,
day.
Suzanne.
Coming
Yes.
up next, we have Professor Amos and his cleaning products, so stay with me.
Let's chat about getting some of the best deals